Hey everyone, it's Stephanie1111 Witchy Babe, and I'm here today with Earth Signs reading for the month of August. So welcome if you are new. What we're going to be taking a look at today is we're going to be looking at Earth Signs. It's Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You can check out the pinned comment or the description box for the timestamps and jump over to your reading directly. And this is going to be for placement, so not just your sun sign, your moon, rising, Venus, Mercury, Mars, and North Node as well. So make sure you're checking out your other placements for additional messages. And we're going to be seeing what is going on for you in the month of August. What energies are you going to be dealing with? What situations you might be dealing with? What is the most important thing coming across for you? So welcome back. If you are a subscriber, I just want to take a moment to appreciate you for being here, appreciate you for subscribing, for your comments, for your likes. All of that means so much to me. Every single one of you means so much to me. This channel has been a very slow build. It did not pop off. So I really do appreciate every single one of you, because I have literally seen each one of you subscribe as the numbers slowly tick up. So I just appreciate you all so much. I love all the comments. I love all the feedback. I love knowing what's going on in your guys' lives. So keep it up. And thank you so much. I think we're just going to begin, but before I do, as always, general energy reading, only take what resonates, leave anything else behind that is upsetting or you don't agree with or whatever. Just leave it behind, because it might not be for you. Any general energy reading that you see anywhere on YouTube, Facebook, wherever, is general. So you don't want to personalize everything that the individual is saying. Just taking the bits that you know are for you and that resonate. If you want to book with me personally, you can do that at my website, 1111witchybabe.com. Right now, I am booked up until pretty much the end of August. So if you're wanting to get in within the next, 2 months, I guess, you want to go ahead and book now, because I will be booked out until September very soon. So, okay, let's get started. Oh, also, I've had some questions about donations to the channel and about my Amazon link. I decided to step away from Amazon. I'm trying to spend as little money through there as possible. So if you would like to donate to the channel, which is amazing, and thank you all that have sent donations, I appreciate that so much, there's options there in order to do so. If you would like to donate via like Dex, you can do an Etsy gift card for me if you would like to do that, and I can get a deck off of Etsy so I can support a small business. But I'm just trying to support individuals versus a major corporation as much as possible in my life. So I just took off that Amazon link because of that. So let's go ahead and get started with Taurus energy. Taurus. All right, so we are gonna set the tone and see what's going on for Tauruses. So how are you guys doing, Tauruses? Let me know in the comments what's going on with you. As you might know, I am a Taurus sun, so I'm always excited when I'm doing the Taurus reading to see what is going to be going on. All right, let's set the tone. What's going to be going on for Taurus energy in the month of August? All right, so we have Rebel coming out. It's coming out in its reverse. So this is rejects legitimate authority out of anger, rebels out of peer pressure or fashion. Okay. So some rebellious energy, but more in a negative way. Quote unquote negative way. Maybe you're just not feeling like you just don't want people telling you what to do, Taurus. And Taurus don't want people telling them what to do. If you want to get a Taurus pissed off, try to tell them what to do or force them to do something. Not gonna happen. Okay, and then we have South Node coming out. Okay, so August is looking like it could definitely be kind of a month that's not all that fun. But I'm not gonna say it's gonna be all bad, but you definitely are gonna be having some issues with some anger and some issues with going into kind of old behavior. Some of you, if you guys are well acquainted with your natal charts, go ahead and check out your South Node and see what sign is it in, what house is it in, and you might get some more details on what might be being triggered this month. But when the South Node energy comes up, it does show some difficulties. It does show some past energy coming back into the picture, and a desire to kind of fall back into that past energy. So you guys might be having some issues regarding work. I feel like this is an issue regarding some sort of conflict, argument, high a lot of tension is what I feel here. So this could be work, this could be friends, this could be relationship. Let's go ahead and dive into the tarot and see if we can get some more details on what is this frustration you all are feeling. So, okay, we have the Tower coming out, but it is reversed. So there's some sort of event happening in August that's going to be upsetting, but it's not going to be as bad as it could be. When the Tower is reversed, it either represents an event that is like a mini tower, that it's like, it sucks, but it's really like not that bad. And it's not life shaking and, you know, you're on a new path after it ends. It just is kind of like a, God, this fucking sucks. Like, what are we going to do now? And then you get over it, you move on. You probably won't remember it in a year. Or it's an event that you're able to bypass because you like see the warning sign. So I feel like if you, okay, so this is what it is, guys. You guys are going to be kind of a bit hot-headed next month. You can get yourself into some trouble, especially if you're falling back into old behavioral patterns. You know, if you've been working, you've been trying to grow, you've been trying to be a better person. If you find yourself being like, you know, in a situation you're like, I should just be like how I used to be. No, you shouldn't, because that is going to create this Tower reverse moment for you. You have the opportunity to avoid the situation if you just keep your reactions and emotions in check, and you don't go too far in with this don't tell me what to do, especially if it's about work. Okay, if this is work and somebody's trying and your boss is telling you what to do and they have every right to tell you to do that, but you just aren't feeling it that day, you better watch yourself before you end up seeing that, you know, you can get fired for that type of behavior. Okay, all right, let's see what else is this. Can I get more details on what this might be about for the majority? The Lovers reverse. Okay, so for a lot of you, this is going to be about a relationship. There's something I'm hearing frustrating, something very frustrating coming up. There's some sort of information coming up about your relationship or about your situationship that you are in, and it is definitely bringing the whole thing out of balance. I feel like some of you are finding out some information from your person that is like really, it's upsetting, but it's something that they've already done before. It's not the full Tower. This is something that they have done in the past that shocked you, and you were like, it was a Tower moment. You didn't see it coming. When it happened, it just floored you. You're in that state of like, where it feels like somebody has gutted you, somebody has kicked you in the stomach, your stomach drops, you just are like, you know, that very strong reactive state whenever something totally shocking and upsetting happens to you. That's not this. This is, are you fucking serious? That's what this is, okay? So this situation is somebody has already done this to you and they have done it again. And it flips the relationship upside down. It flips your feelings for them upside down. It mixes everything up. You still have a lot of love for this person regardless of what happens, because the Lovers is still here. But you guys' relationships really kind of severely impacted. So there's a warning for those that resonate. I feel like a lot of you, is what I'm hearing, already know what it is. Like, you feel it. So some of you might have people that, like, let's just use this example. Well, no, okay, I'll use this other example because this is the first one I got. So if you've been dealing with somebody that has substance abuse problems and you've been feeling like they're falling back into that, and they're hiding it from you, I feel like you're going to see that proof of it. Like, you already are feeling it. Like, you know that something's going on and you know what it's about. Like, it's not just like an off feeling. Like, you know what it's about. But you're just trying to, like, tell yourself, like, right now, like, oh, no, I'm just being paranoid, or I'm just bringing up the past. And it's like, no, this is happening. But at the same time, your guides and your ancestors do not want you falling back into the old behavior of how you acted with this person in the past of when this came down. And this is happening because this was supposed to happen. Like, as much as it's shitty, as much as it hurts, it's divinely placed, because we have two major arcanas here, and this, you know, that's how things were going to happen. I feel like some people, and again, only take this as where it resonates, your person has got somebody pregnant. I keep hearing pregnancy and I keep seeing bellies. So let me know. Let me know in the comments if that applies to you. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and I want to tap into this whole situation now because it just seems like it's overwhelmingly going to be about a relationship thing. Now, again, though, I want my people that aren't resonating with that to take that message about check your anger, because you are going to create a big problem for yourself if you don't. You can avoid it. Okay, so let's tap into the relationship part because that was some interesting information. Let's see what's going on there. So what is this relationship mess that's going on? King of Cups. So you might be dealing with, when we have a court card coming out that usually represents a person, you might be dealing with a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, or somebody that has heavy placements in their chart. This is somebody that you have a very strong emotional connection to. They have a lot of emotions about you as well. And the Queen of Cups is showing up. So you will either all embody the Queen of Cups. You guys are very just like emotional about each other, and pair very well together. Like you just, when you guys met, it works. Like your energy works so well together. But this also can be representing another person, especially if you do resonate with, you're dealing with somebody that is messing around or has somebody else in the picture, and pregnancy could be a potential thing. So, yeah, this person, like, the way I see this is, I feel like I'm going to get some more cards before I start speaking that. I want to have some cards to back me on this statement. Yeah, there's been some sort of reconnection with this situation. There's been like a new inspiration, something new has happened. So I really do feel like for some of you, you're going to be hearing some really difficult news about that. Maybe they have reconnected. Maybe, like I said, there is a baby in the picture now. But something new has come, a new surge of energy has come to that connection. And for some reason, I get the strong sense that this person wants you to be aware of that. So since they have something to say, I'm going to go ahead and pull out my new deck that I have created, which has some messages, and I'm going to keep adding to it messages that I've channeled. Okay, so I feel bound to my community and family's standards. Yes, this person has something that's going on with their family. You know, if this person doesn't have somebody else involved and they have some sort of weird, no, I don't want to say weird, but some sort of thing going on with their family, particularly their mother, where maybe their mom doesn't like you or something along those lines. But they feel like they have to be taking care of that stuff. They need to be committed in that way. So, you know, my heart. Okay, some of you might be getting contact and I might be being like, you know, I'm sorry that I did this to you. I'm sorry that I led you on. I'm sorry that you know, thought things would turn out to be like, you know, we'd be together, but I'm going to be back with this person now. And, you know, we're working on a relationship and etc. So that could be that, you know, for some people. And maybe some people are needing to hear that. What else? So, but yeah, I feel like I missed an opportunity with you. It's weird because it's like, I don't get the sense that they're like walking away and they're like, you know what, like, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done this, we shouldn't have got involved, but this is what I gotta do now, and like, this is done. I don't feel that at all. It's like this person still wants a connection with you, but they want to explain what they're currently doing. So, I don't want to start preaching to you about how that is so incredibly unacceptable and you don't deserve anything like that in your life, but you don't. Okay? All right. What else? I listened to the music you sent me late at night. So yeah, this person still has a lot of emotions about you, but you know, the thing with the King of Cups, in my experience with clients and my personal experiences, while they can be very open, emotional, and receptive and intuitive, and it is that kind of like perfect package when you're dealing with, when you're seeking that energy out and you find it, they can also use that for their benefit to be very emotionally manipulative. And it's like this person doesn't want to let you go, but they want to also fill that role that they feel they should. I feel like this person has a lot of inner child stuff, and it's almost like they're trying to heal their inner child stuff through their lives now, so taking care of their family, you know, the situations that they already were in, and they feel like that's the only way they can heal their inner child stuff, even if they're not wanting to be in the situation, which, you know, they should be taking care of what they need to take care of, obviously. But this person, they don't want to be there, even though there has been like this resurgence of like hope and inspiration, the connection. They still, it's not that they don't want to be there. I really feel, to be quite honest, this person wants you and wants that other person too. Like if they could have, if you could say, what is your wish? That they would say like, oh, we just all be together. Like that's what they want. And I mean, whatever you're going to do, you're going to do. But I don't feel like this person is coming in to be like, bye, like I'm sorry, we're done, but bye, like, and that's it. I just feel like it's gonna be some information that you're not gonna like, and they're not gonna want to necessarily detach though. So let's get some advice for you. Let's get advice. Mars. I'm laughing because I literally just said about don't let your anger get to you, and like don't step into like any old patterns of behavior, but then we're like getting Mars, which is all about anger. But I know it's more about asserting yourself, yeah, okay. Like, okay, here's the thing. I know you love this person. I know you do. I know you care about them. I know you want it to work, but you need to love yourself a lot more. Because this is not okay. Okay? You need to, Mars, in my opinion, it's funny because I had somebody like argue with me about this recently. But Mars, in my opinion, is a very selfish energy, but I'm not saying selfish in a bad way. I'm saying selfish as in, if we didn't have Martian energy, we wouldn't be able to affirm ourselves, to be able to stand up for ourselves, to be able to go after the things that we want. We wouldn't have that initial drive. That is that Martian energy. And so you are needing to find that again about yourself. You need to be selfish and be like, I don't deserve this. I deserve so much better than this situation. And not let your feelings get control over you, because you have a lot of feelings for this person, and you probably feel like, you know what, I will deal with whatever with you just to be with you. If that's what I have to do, if that's the role I got to play, then I'll do that. I don't have any judgment for choosing to do that, but the advice here is to step into the Martian energy versus the feelings, overly emotional feelings energy. And the Martian energy would not be okay with that because it's selfish. It's doing what it wants to do, and it's making sure that it gets what it needs in return. And most people need more than what I feel this person can offer you at this time, which would be a very secretive, limited relationship. So that's going to be your advice there for the situation. And again, overall for the month, just watch your anger overall. Like, step into that energy of Mars where you are asserting yourself and what you deserve, but not into the I'm going to fuck you up part of the Martian energy, okay? Because then you're going to end up messing yourself up in one way or another. So that is going to be your reading, Taurus. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Let me know what's going on in your life, if it resonates. And I'm so glad that you are here. I hope you have a great day. I hope you guys have a good month. Believe me, I am not happy about this reading. Interested to see how exactly it plays out for me specifically. But I get it's not the best reading, but I think it's important. And we all need to hold on to that. Don't flip the fuck out and get yourself into a worse situation than you need to be. Okay? That's our motto for the month. All right. So let's move on. We are moving on now to Virgo placements. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. And this is going to be your reading, your energy. What is your vibe for the month of August? What's going on for Virgo placements? So this is your birthday month. So happy birthday, Virgos, for some of you. Let me know, what are your plans? What are you looking forward to this year? What are you looking forward to, your goals for your solar return? Have you looked at your solar return chart? What does it show? Let me know what's going on. All right, let's see. Femme fatale in reverse. Okay, so we have our shadow attributes: inappropriate use of sensuality, attachment to money or power. Okay, so you guys are coming out with some shadow energy, which is, you know, happens. You guys are definitely going to be in a space of sensuality, sexuality this month. This is kind of like this hookup energy. If you guys are single, maybe you're going to be dating or meeting a lot of different people. And then we have the 10th house. Yeah, so you're going to be out on like kind of like the world stage in a way. You're going to be, I feel, meeting a lot of different new people. And you're just going to be kind of like feeling yourself. Yeah, it's your birthday month. Just feeling more powerful, more like yourself, I feel, in a way. And even though we have shadow attributes coming out, but it's like, I feel like some of you have felt very stunted in that department for some time. And it's like, you're just kind of like re-exploring yourself. So it's just like, you know, like, it's like if you were to get excited about anything. It's like if you're dieting and then you get to have like something that you really like and then you eat way too much of it. It's kind of like the same thing. It's like you're being suppressed. Your sexual energy was being suppressed, and all of a sudden like you get more freedom or more access to it or more opportunity to use it. And it's like, all right, I'm going to go batshit crazy now. That's kind of how I feel. So that's something to keep in mind. You don't want to go overboard. You're going to probably want to try as best you can to lift this up into its upright energy. So that's just really finding more balance and making sure you're not using your sexual energy in order to escape things or in order to, you know, hold power over somebody else or anything like that. Like you're doing it because of pleasure, because you're enjoying yourself, and not because you're trying to like fulfill something or escape something. The other thing is that, you know, we have the mention about attachment to money and power, and we have the 10th house. So some of you guys might be having some issues when it comes to your work. I'm actually hearing some of you guys might be having some issues when it comes to a relationship at your work. Some of you are dealing with somebody at your work, and so there could be some issues with the power dynamic. When I mean dealing with, I mean like sleeping with or talking to. So there could be an issue coming in regarding that. There's a bit of a warning. So let's dive in more with tarot. Virgos, what's going on? The Magician. Okay. You guys are just feeling, you're really feeling, I feel really good this month. And it's actually kind of, you know, Virgos have a dark side. Okay? You guys know you do. Very smart, very intelligent, very, very quick with processing some information. I have a lot of friends with a lot of Virgo placements, and they're just so like, it amazes me how quickly they can come up with a scheme or an idea or a plan to get somebody back, or you know, a petty plan or something like that, like in the details that they can go into. It's always absolutely amazing to me. And I feel like you're trying to win this month in some way. You're trying to assert your power, your control over a situation. So a lot of you, I feel this is going to be just about your like dating life, your romantic life. For my single folks, for folks in relationships, this could be regarding your person and you trying to assert power and control over them in some kind of way. And others, I feel like this is, again, a work environment, a work situation. And you have the ability to do everything that you're desiring in a healthy way and not to fall into this like toxic, manipulative behavior. Because we have the Magician here and it's upright. That means that you can, what you're seeking, what you're trying to get with that energy, you can do it. And it doesn't have to be like being a manipulative person. I know I just like repeated myself, but hold on, let me get some clarification here. I'm getting a big download. I can feel it like building up. Yes, like you can, okay, this is a situation in your life that has been happening for some time. I feel like a year plus. And it's a situation that cycles. So sometimes you're fine in the situation, and other times you're feeling this like having to assert your power or your authority in some way. And this opportunity in August, you have to change the tides of that, so you can end that cycle and you can start a new one with this person or situation. But you need to make sure that you're using your tools in an appropriate way to do so, instead of using them in a manipulative way. So let me try to give an example. Let's say this is about a relationship and you and this person have been having a lot of difficulties understanding each other. This energy would be kind of pulling you to use your sexual energy to get them to do what you want them to do, using it as a form of manipulation. Instead, I feel like you have the personal power to speak your truth. You don't need to dangle something on a string to get this person to listen to you. And if that's the case, then you need to address why is that person not listening to their partner when they're needing them to be, to listen and to speak on something that's bothering them. But I feel like you fall back into that type of energy because it works, and because that's kind of what you're used to. Maybe that's what you saw growing up as well. But you don't need to use that energy or any type of trying to control other people and making them scared of you, or being aggressive so then they comply. You don't need to use that in that way. You can just speak your truth. You can say what it is you need to say. You don't need to try to manipulate the situation. And I feel like whatever you're trying to get from this person or from the situation, if you get it via manipulation, it's not going to matter. It doesn't stick. And that's why you keep cycling. It sometimes works. Sometimes when you and your partner are having that argument about the same topic over and over again, and you get sexual with them, and the argument stops, and then the partner is like, I'm sorry, I won't do that anymore. And then 2 weeks later, it's happening again. Because you never really had the conversation, because you just used whatever, like I said, sexual energy, power, authority to get what you wanted, and it wasn't actually dealing with the problem. So I feel like if you want change to come, it can come this month. There's a lot of divine energy to help you. You have a lot of power to help you. This is going to be your season. So you have all that Virgo energy to assist you in what you're wanting to do. Virgo is ruled by Mercury, and that is the planet of communication. You can communicate your point across, and you can get what needs to get done without doing this basic stuff. It's just this is basic. You don't need to do that anymore. You're graduated. You can be listen, this is what needs to happen, why, and what I expect. Okay, so let's go on. I'm seeing a couple that keeps fighting over Instagram. So somebody's fighting over their partner and what they choose to and say on Instagram, and you guys keep getting into it. And every time you have this argument, it just goes in circles, and eventually it's one or both of you just maybe they make a move on you, or you make a move on them, and then it's forgotten. You guys are happy, and then, a couple weeks later, you're back in the same argument. You need to stop that. You need to have the conversation of, why does this bother me? What would I like you to do? What do I expect from you? What is your opinion on it? And have an actual back and forth conversation, and not just screaming match, yelling at each other, or trying to be you're going to do this or I'm going to leave, because that's that asserting power and that authoritative role where you're forcing somebody to do something or else. So, and if maybe some of you, I do feel like some of you are going to be I can't do this anymore, and you are going to walk away, but that's also part of that ending that cycle and stepping into something new. So, but that's just a small segment. Okay, since we're talking relationships, let's talk relationships. What is going on, you guys? What's going on with this relationship stuff that's coming up in August? The Fool reverse. Yes, there's this foolish energy, this non-direction with your person, not understanding where you guys are going. And I feel it's a serious conversation needs to come, because you guys keep skating over the topics. You don't deal with it in the way that you need to. You need to have full-on conversations where there's no screaming or yelling or accusing, and it's just this is what's going on, this is how it makes me feel, this is what I would like. And again, the other person's perspective too. It needs to be both sides. The Emperor. Wow, look at all this. So this month, you guys, you know, it is your season, so that's probably why, but this is a divine month in regards to the energy. A lot of things that are happening are just divinely timed and planned. But there is this, it's like you got two paths here with this what's happening with your love life. You're either going to go down the non-direction of the Fool, where everything's just crazy and you just keep bearing the issues and you keep on having the same stuff pop up over and over again until you break the cycle. Or you can break the cycle this month with all this energy that you're having given to you to help, and you can get a direction and going forward with this person or going forward alone. But you're going to be going somewhere, and it's not going to be going in circles like with that energy. So you get to pick your path. Pick your path. The universe is coming down and being like, you need to make a decision. Okay, are we just gonna play this out and keep going through this cycle, or are you gonna move forward? Okay, what else is going on with this person in August? Yeah, you guys, you make a decision. You're gonna release a lot of the anxiety with it, and again, if you go down this way, this will just cycle back up in another couple weeks, but you'll be releasing the anxiety, at least for this month, when it comes to that. And of course, when you're making a decision of what to do going forward for good and where you guys are going to be, then you're going to be releasing that anxiety. Okay, let's get some messages from your person. I have a deck here that I have made. I didn't really show it. Just post it. Just flashcards for now, index cards, but eventually it'll be a real deck. So these are just messages I've channeled. Just some further information. Okay. So I am willing to compete for you. I know I'm stubborn, just trying to find myself right now. So yeah, there is that energy of arguing over something that keeps on popping up because this person doesn't seem to change that aspect. I think you guys have, a lot of you are dealing with some petty topics, and it's not to discount your feelings on those topics, but in the grand scheme of issues that you can have, if you're arguing about Instagram likes, it's gonna be classified as a little bit petty, and these are things that could be cleared up with communication and understanding and respect. But this person knows that they're stubborn. They know they need to change, but they're still, you know, finding themselves. And then we have, it's real easy to find out your business. So for anybody listening to this is not in communication, a lot of these cards are coming out for folks that are more in not communication. The way this reading is going to apply to you and your situation is, I do feel like your person is trying to figure out what to do, what direction to take. They're releasing their anxiety in August about that. They have been watching you. They know your business. So either your socials or you guys have mutual friends. You guys work near each other or with each other. And they know that they're stubborn. They're trying to figure out some things right now. They're trying to figure out the direction. They're trying to figure out where are they going to go. Are they going to just kind of keep doing what they've been doing? Or are they going to be heading towards you or away from you for good? I always have to throw that out there because it goes both ways. But for most of you guys, this is towards you because this is, I'm willing to compete for you. So they've been watching you. They think that there's other people involved with you at this point, or there's people that want to be involved with you and they are willing to compete for you. So I think most of you, these people are trying to decide how and when to come towards you. Regards to, is it happening in August? I don't really get the feeling that this is happening in August. I think they're getting the push to do so in August, however. Okay, so let's just get some overall advice. The Knight of Cups reversed. And the Hanged Man, yeah. So, you know, this is going to be a month where I think it's really important to just kind of realize that there is something you're going to have to release this month. it's either going to be an aspect to the relationship, it's going to be, you know, a personality trait or a pattern of behavior, or maybe it's going to be the relationship itself. Maybe you're needing to take a new direction, because, you know, especially if you are dealing with somebody and you have that conversation with them and they're still not respecting you and they're not understanding you, and it's making you feel like you want to get into that, you know, well, I'm just going to use, you know, I'm going to just push my will on them and force them to do this. You need to take some time away from that situation to kind of clear your head. You need to get into this hanged man energy and understand that sometimes there's things that you need to release. Sometimes it's only temporary, but you need to release it for a time being. And if that's the case, it's because, like, the person that you're dealing with just is not in a place where they're emotionally mature enough to have this conversation or to be in the type of relationship that you're wanting to be in. They're more in a space of temporary, like, fulfillment, especially when it comes to emotional fulfillment. So that is something that they're dealing with. I also feel like if you find yourself falling into that energy of, you know, our first card, that power play energy, you are needing to realize this is stemming from some sort of issue with your own emotional fulfillment, maybe even your creative energy that you're not fulfilling or sustaining, and you need to kind of take a look at that and seeing what aspects do you need to release in order to be able to tap into that energy as you should. So I feel like some of you guys have some blockages when it comes to your creativity or your emotions. So actually I want to tap into that really quick. What is this emotional blockage, or what is this release here for Virgos? It's almost like, instead of being emotional about the situation, I don't need cards. Instead of being emotional about the situation, you are choosing the like the firm hand, the power play, the trying to push your will. And it's like, I think some of you guys need to feel your feelings and release them instead of trying to just force things. Okay, so that is going to be your reading, Virgos. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to be moving on now, and let's go on to our next section, and our last section, which is Capricorn. Welcome, Capricorn placements. We are going to be taking a look at what is going on with you in the month of August. Capricorn placements, August. So I hope you guys are having a good time, a good month. Let me know in the comments what's going on. Capricorn. Okay, man, earth signs are just kind of going through it this month. We have another shadow attribute coming out. We have tendency. Okay. So this card is one, I don't read this energy literally. So I'm going to read the card, but I'm not taking this literally, just so you know. Shadow attribute, tendency to abuse animals, people, and the environment. So I don't think you're abusive. I'm not saying that, but you are going to be dealing with an energy of having some anger, some frustration. This is something that I also saw in Taurus. So if you have Taurus placements, or you are dealing with a Taurus, you might want to listen to that as well. But we are, Mars is transiting through Aries right now, and that makes a lot of people very pissed off. It's very easy to get pissed off during this transit. So you might be, having to kind of check your anger issues. Okay, so communication. So this issue with being angry about certain things is going to be mainly via communicating with other people. And I feel like actually for a lot of you guys might be having arguments about animals, about other people, or about the environment. So I think a lot of you, like, what I'm seeing is a lot of like arguing online, arguing with family members. So some of you guys have some family members where you really, really disagree on, and you guys are like you've been dealing with this for a while. Like, you guys have different political beliefs, or you have different beliefs on what's happening right now, like with everything that's going on in the world. And you're finding yourself very angry with these people. Like, somebody here really wants to cut off a big chunk of their family. There's a lot of family disputes. So one thing here is, as always, anytime I see this type of energy, I want to warn you guys to just try to slow down your reactions. And I mean, I'm not a good person to give this advice because I'm somebody that pops off real fucking easy. I have Mars trine Jupiter as my top aspect. If it's not my Mercury op Pluto, so I get very angry very quick, and my mouth is not a nice place when I'm angry. So, but I'm saying this from a place of love and a place of advice and a place of a lot of lessons learned this way. Watch your mouth. Don't say anything that you regret. Don't do, because you know, earth signs, we ruminate. That is part of us. And we've been thinking about what we'd like to tell this person every time they've made us mad for the last however many years we've known them. We have a list compiled in our heads of all the times they fucked up and all the stupid shit that they've done. And we're ready to unleash it the minute that we're absolutely done with them. But you can't do that this month, okay? You probably shouldn't really ever do that, because you just don't want to say things that you can't take back and that you're going to regret, because then you have to live with that. And then you're giving that energy to somebody else that maybe does not deserve it. But you need to just watch it this month. And I understand, especially if these are issues that are very close to your heart. I feel like somebody is there's some animal stuff, animal abuse issues that are very close to them. And they feel like they're like, kind of like nobody else cares. And so they're dealing with like their family or their friends. And so you're like having these disputes, or you know, again, everything that's happening, the social justice movements and things like that. Like, I understand like how close things can be and how angry others' bad opinions and statements can be, but you don't want to say things that you can't take back. The best thing you can do is just to separate yourself from the situation and walk away from them. Say, you know, I can't deal with you for a while. I need some time alone. That's fine. You know, that's not saying something that you can't take back, but just kind of watch it, especially if it's online. I feel like I have to warn you. I just feel like there's eyes watching you and like hoping to catch you say something that they can share and like use against you in some way. So that's very specific. Maybe that's only for a few people. Probably only for a few people, I hope, at least. Okay. Let's see what else is going on with Capricorn placements this month. Queen of Cups reverse. Yeah, so the reason why you guys are so freaking pissed off is because you're actually really emotional this month, and it's like transmuting it into anger. You guys are really emotional about something. So what's going on? Why are you so upset? What is going on? Now, I want to remind you guys, you know, you guys may have felt a bit of a break in your life from all the chaos that Capricorn placements have been going through for the last 2.5 years, 3 years. Based on your astrological transits, you might have felt a brief pause in that from like March to, what was it, May? When Saturn entered into Aquarius. But Saturn's retrograde now, and it went back into Capricorn. So your, you know, Daddy Saturn is laying that fist down on people that have the Capricorn placements, and you are might be feeling that pressure again. And so for a lot of people, it's been like a variety of different things, way this has played out in their life. Some of it's been a lot of relationship challenges. Some of it's been a lot of health challenges, especially I've noticed that with Capricorn energy, a lot of health challenges over those last couple of years. And a lot of financial stuff as well. So I feel like you guys are kind of, you know, Saturn's back in Cap. It's gonna be going, though, when it goes direct. It will be getting back out. It will be over, I believe, December. It will be back in Aquarius. I'm not totally sure on that. Let me know in the comments if you know the exact date. But you're just you're dealing with that again. And so this is like when that energy comes back in, it's like a review of the lessons that you learned previously. And so sometimes you get those similar topics come back into your life, and those similar problems come back into your life. I feel, won't be as strong or as influential as they were in the past, but they will come back up, and it's like, how are you going to deal with it? So I feel like one huge thing for you this month, just because it's just not the best energy, to be honest, is going to be to slow down reaction times to things, to understand that you're so angry because you're actually really sad and you're really upset, and maybe allowing yourself, if you haven't been allowing yourself to express those emotions, to cry, to grieve. Some of you need to grieve. Some of you need to grieve the loss of a pet. Some of you have lost a pet and you haven't really been able to fully grieve it because you've been like, nope, we don't have time for that. You know, cap stuff. You got other things to do. Maybe some of you have lost a person and you need to grieve that, but for some reason pet is really standing out to me. But you need to allow yourself that time and that space to do so, because it's like you suppressing it is making you more and more angry. And what's going to happen, and this should scare you, what's going to happen is you're going to be at work, you're going to be, you know, doing something in the public where you're supposed to be on 100, and something's going to upset you and you're going to lose it in front of everybody. You're going to flip out and go into an angry rant. You're going to start crying. Well, however you end up losing shit like that, that's what's going to happen. So you need to deal with it. I'm not saying that's going to happen next month, but I'm saying if you keep burying it, that is what's going to happen. Okay. What else is going on for Capricorn placements? The Eight of Cups reverse. Yes, you're having a hard time walking away from how you normally deal with events that are stressful in your life. Because that's what this shift has all been about these last couple of years, getting you to try to change the different aspects of you that want to deal with difficult events in an avoidant way, trying to, you know, suppress them, not deal with them, trying to focus on something else like your work or, you know, buying things, trying to escape. And so it's like this lesson's coming back up where it's like, all right, you're going to be hit with a lot of emotions. All right, you're going to be hit with some difficult things. How are you going to deal with it? Are you going to try to escape? Are you going to try to bury it? Are you going to pretend like it's not happening? Are you going to pretend like I'm strong enough? I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'm fine. I don't need any help. I'm fine. Are you going to actually allow yourself to be human and not a robot, and not just focus in on your goals, and allow yourself to have that different aspect of you that needs that emotional healing, that needs that support, that needs to have that release? I feel like a lot of this you guys need to release, especially some of you guys have been dealing with, I'm hearing headaches, tension in your jaw, and shoulder, neck. So if you guys have been dealing with that, a lot of that is because you've been suppressing this energy, and it's just like building up inside of you, making you very physically tense. So you're like walking around like fist clenched tenseness without realizing it, and that's why you're so sore and uncomfortable and having headaches. Okay, what else? Two of Swords. Yep. So we're getting repetitive now. It's just, you know, what are you going to do? You need to make a decision. What choice are you going to make with these events that happen? Are you going to take care of yourself in a healthy way? Are you going to try to suppress things or avoid them? Okay. So since I did this for everybody else, even though we didn't have relationship come up and stuff come up in your reading, and I feel like that's probably because you're going to be too focused in on yourself and kind of what's going on in your head. I'm going to still do this for you all. So this is messages for people that are in relationships or in connections, and they're not in communication, or there's difficult communication, and you're kind of wondering what's going on with that person. And I feel like, you know, a lot of you that are not in communication, I don't feel communication is coming this month for you guys, because I think like the universe has pretty much shut that whole thing down so you can focus in on this, on yourself, on your own healing. But let's see what's going on in regards to messages from your person really quickly. Okay, so here's some nice stuff, some lighter stuff, right? You look so good. I use your pictures for inspiration. So keeping it YouTube acceptable. You know what that means. I heard you said I was amazing in bed. Well, your person definitely has one thing on their mind about you. Should I even show you guys this message? I'll show it to you. Not to add more onto your shit list, but I'm messing with other people. So, you know, some of you guys, I feel like a lot of you guys already know this. That's not a surprise. But if it helps, this person's thinking about you. They're involved with other people. You know, some of them at least, if that resonates with you. But they definitely, what I get from this in regards to like, kind of like what's going on with them, their energy in August is really geared towards like a lot of sexual energy. So if, for some of you, if you do have some contact with them, or if you're already in contact with them and you're kind of like just wondering what's going on with you guys next month, it's probably going to be geared more into the sexual. And that's something that, like, don't allow yourself, if you're in contact with this person, don't allow yourself to just to fall into that with them to escape the things that you need to work on. Obviously, if you want to, like, you know, have those experiences, I'm not telling you, like, oh, you need to be celibate this month. No, absolutely not. I'm just saying, like, if you find yourself having emotions come up that you need to deal with and you're like, let me just text him real quick and see if he can come over, you're escaping what you need to deal with, and you can't do that. So you need to face your shit and not escape it through your what's in your pants. Okay. All right, so that is going to be your reading. Let me know what you think. Let me know what's going on in the comment section. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. This is the end of this reading. If you've listened to all of these readings, I want to thank you so much. You are amazing. You are truly special. Even if it's just because you happen to have all three of these placements in your chart and you're listening, I still appreciate you. But if you listen just because you wanted to, I appreciate you so much, and I love you, and I thank you so much for your support. So I hope you have a good day, and I will see you all next time.